Oliver, I mean, this was a thrashing for Scholz's SPD party. Why did it fall apart? Good morning.
That's right, Manny. So let's just remember what's going on here. So this is actually a rerun of the 2021 local Berlin city election that they had to do because they held this election on the same day of the marathon, which created all kinds of issues with ballots. And as you know, getting around a city during a marathon is probably not the best time to hold an election. So a court has ordered for this to be rerun, and it was rerun. The outcome was that the CDU took 10 more percentage points than they did originally. They came out to 28%, up from 18%. And the support for the SPD, which has won the Berlin election since 1999, fell beneath that. It fell several points to 18%, along with the Greens. And this came down to a lot of local issues. Housing has been a major issue here in Berlin. And also there was this narrative around the New Year's Eve fireworks. So this is a perennial celebration where the streets of Berlin, people fire off fireworks and celebrate. Things get a bit crazy, but really things got quite out of hand. And the CDU capitalized on this sort of narrative of chaos that was going on in Berlin. And so you saw a lot of the outskirts of Berlin actually flip to the CDU. And then on top of that, you had the mayor, the incumbent, the SPD, that ran a really sort of a little bit of a lackluster campaign. It was a bit complacent. And so you've seen the reversal this morning.
I want you to be careful on New Year's Eve. I don't want you to succumb to the hectic partying that I know Berlin is famed for. You got to behave yourself. New posting, make sure you keep it tight. Can I broaden this out? I mean, Scholz gets trashed in Berlin election. Is there a read across like they do in UK politics? Is he going to get thrashed in the polls globally? Sorry, not globally, within Germany.
So this is a good question. I think a question that a lot of people, the global audience, will be posing this morning. And again, as I say, I think a lot of it came down to some of these idiosyncratic social and local issues. But as you say, is there a broader read across here? This is certainly a meaningful symbolic victory for the CDU, which has got their worst outcome in the 2021 national election. So they're certainly pleased about that. And then also with the CDU, you see in the wake of the Merkel era, which has now gotten this sort of different flavor than it did historically because of the dependence on Russia and gas and getting some blame for that, there's still appetite, obviously, for that support to come back in potentially. In practical terms, it doesn't necessarily mean the CDU will take power here. There are still governing coalition talks, and there may be enough votes to keep the present coalition in order. But as you say, there's some question about whether this is an idiosyncratic Berlin question, which I think to a large degree it is. But it shows you that if there is a crack, that it can be exploited and capitalized by the opposition.